Investing has been hard. Investing in real estate has been very hard. Majority of millennials do not know how to invest in real estate and they see it as a difficult challenge. They see it as something that they need to save up for in a large amount of time, a large amount of capital with a lot of risk by buying physical assets and really just only having the option to go forwards this way. And not only that, wealth creation itself is hard. And it's a major problem in the US. A lot of people don't have a plan, they don't have the right tools, and the reality is, you know, 64% of people aren't ready for retirement, and 40% of the age 30 and under don't even have any savings. It's an incredible situation. And the lack of opportunities. So accredited investors make up only 3% of the population, give or take. And that's just just a very minor aspect of the investment environment. So really this whole real estate development industry is missing out on 80% of the market. So what is RealFun doing to solve this problem? So we're not just being a crowdfunding site. We're aiming to create a goal-based user experience where we guide people through the system. We're guiding them through creating wealth and using real estate, which is a fantastic opportunity, a fantastic asset because it is an asset, because it has returns and it has a multiplier. It's a great way and a great mechanism of creating wealth. So we call it real estate funding as a service, or FAS for short, and we focus on the retention of the user, incremental and continuous investments rather than single-off investments. And crowdfunding for real estate projects allow both for non-accredited and accredited investors. So it's fantastic. We have an opportunity to open to the whole market. And what's changed? What's changed? So right now, developers go through a process of mass marketing, educating their customers, getting their customers to perform an evaluation on a PPM or on the material, and then they get the offer, they sign the offer, once-off investment, end of story. And then you repeat the process next time. We're changing this paradigm. We're swapping it on its head. So we're going to low market, just acquiring people and incrementally acquiring them all the time. Exclusive marketing. And we change it, not educating them on a specific property or a development, but we're educating them on wealth. Where do they want to be in the future? How do they want to grow? And recurring deposits. So wealth is more than just making one big investment. Wealth is continually investing the funds that you can afford to invest. And this builds up to multiple investments. So instead of people having to worry so much about a single development contract, why not split that up into many? This way, the developers get the funds they need and the people don't need to stress too much about what they're investing in, because they can distribute their portfolio and focus on the risk and the returns of each development property. And that's an amazing tool. And what is the reality here? Crowdfunding was 9 billion right now in the US. That's in 2021. And we've seen sites like WeFunder in 2021 alone multiplied by 7. That's a 7 times increase in 1 year. And we're seeing millennials representing 50% of the market. So this is 4.5 million. And 55% of millennials say that they want to invest in real estate. They just don't know how. So just with that small segment, we're talking about a segment of 2.5 billion of uncapped market of people which are saying they want to invest, saying they want to action, but just can't. So this is really, really a great opportunity. And one of the best things we're looking at is taking that path. We're putting people on a journey. So we have competitors, of course. We have Realty Mogul, Fundrise, Robinhood. All these companies are out there, and they're all doing their way of approaching investment. But That's fine. But what about the millennial? What about the investor which is busy, doesn't have the time to learn, doesn't understand what's going on, and they need the step-by-step way. So they're busy people, they have the money, how do they move forward? And that's where we come in. We're providing wealth creation tools, and we do that through gamification. Gamification allows us to provide very small pieces of information over a long period of time. We guide the investor from stage one, stage two, and all the way through. So it's a 5-year plan, and we really separate ourselves by guiding people through this process. And you know what? Why aren't other people doing this? What makes us unique? And the reality here is that, the SEC has announced this raise from 1 million to $5 million in November 2020. And this inclusion allows us to combine non-accredited and accredited investors, so we can raise over $10 million for a company, and that's ideal for developers. Obviously, the contracts vary, but being able to split that, getting 5 million quickly from the non-accredited and taking the opportunity of the existing accredited investors, we gamify it. We want this to be a journey. We want to focus on the emotion. We want to focus on the wealth, the creation, and understanding of risk, and not just reading PPMs and going into those kind of details, and focus on the engagement and give rewards and responses, get the people involved in the whole investing process. And as I said, this is about wealth creation and goal-driven wealth creation, giving them tools to meet personal goals. That's ultimately what it's about. Why do we invest? We invest to get financial freedoms, to make big investments, to support our futures, to help others. So, we want this to be really something that is a personal mission, a personal journey for all our users. I like to say that we don't have users, we have people on a journey. And as I said, it's education focus and liquidity. Using crowdfunding gives us the opportunity to create secondary markets in some degrees where we're able to create liquidity for people so they're not necessarily stuck in an investment for 5 years if they have to exit, if that becomes available. So using crowdfunding, being able to sell those assets off, creating that secondary market, giving them a sense of ability, a freedom, a bit of a guarantee, which we just can't offer using other accredited invested or other financial instruments like a 506c. So, how are we going to do this? The reality is, first, we're going to do a soft launch. We have people on board. We're talking to motivational speakers, and we have mentors for the people that come on board earlier, and we're excited by that. So we're going to lead the people. We're going to learn from them. We're going to get that feedback, and we're going to make this an amazing experience for every single user on the system. And for the next stage, our major launch in the product, we already have multiple partners, which include partners which have 300 million views per month. And we also have additional influencers from A&E and Shark Tank, and obviously some motivational speakers which are willing to represent our product. So we're very excited to have them on board, and obviously we're very interested to see their perspective of wealth creation and excited for them to contribute to our users' journeys. So what is our roadmap? The roadmap is simple. We have the MVP. We're at the MVP stage. We've got a great tool and we're just building it out. Right now we're looking for funding to get past the legals, the contracts, and all those operational things which are not complex, but on the other hand just time consuming, and we need to get over that. So once we've got all those out of the way and we've got our MVP ready, boom, we can launch our soft launch and start getting people onboarded. The next stage is the full product, and this is obviously looking at the marketplace, really expanding it out and going further in terms of getting developers onboarded much quicker, doing higher risk assessments, and hopefully our long-term roadmap is to include debt and also global areas we like to call, this COVID nomad style of areas such as Ecuador and Mexico and other Singapore and areas where US citizens are living to kind of grow beyond that geographical limitation. And obviously, as a major part of this is using AI and data optimization. Like you would in Facebook or Twitter, you can learn from your users' experience. You can continually optimize and really create a custom experience, custom task. You can help the journey in such a custom way by learning, observing, and seeing how each user is interacting with the system. And all this is just based on gamification. But what does that mean other than a fancy word? It's using people's emotions to create a sense of feeling. So we have different stages. Our onboarding, we want to create an epic journey. What does that mean? Epic, epic. That means creating wealth, creating something that is more important than yourself, going beyond yourself. You deserve to have financial freedom. You deserve to be financially free. So this is really our onboarding stage, getting that freedom and giving them the support they need to achieve that dream. And this also involves making sure that they've set up a dream that is theirs. It's not our dream, it's their dream. It has to be their dream with personal goals set as part of the application. The growth stage, we don't just say, go invest, go spend all your money. No, we want to lead them in. We have games, we have challenges, and we have mentors, and we incrementally lead them into the application. We lead them into what is real estate investing, how much you should be investing, what is a risk portfolio, all these other details in the investment process. So, from day one, they're not just not knowing what to do. Many investment tools, you log in, boom, here's all your investments, go spend your money. No, we don't do that. You say stage one, what is the tool? How to use the tool? What are the type of industries exist? What type of categories exist? Understanding risk, understanding portfolios. So we give them the information they need to make their own assessment. And this is all drip fed. So they're making the right investment and they're able to create wealth in a long period of time. And that's really our tool as a summary. Now our business model is very, very simple. An average real estate development fundraising site for accredited investors, 600 million. So we're looking at taking fees of 4 to 4.5%. So on every raise, and that works out with transaction fees to about 100 million revenue over 3 years. And that's it. So I'd like to end by introducing myself, which is my name is Scott Underhill, and I've been working with financial products, artificial intelligence, workflow design, and gamification elements for marketing and sales. So, I believe we have the right deep understanding of how we're going to execute. I work with Nicole Rodica, who has 25 years in sales and marketing, working especially with real estate marketing, multiple real estate development projects, and working with accredited investors, and Terry Bagley, who is our cross-domain expert working with a lot of real estate companies in auctions and with acquisitions and strategic alliance. So we really believe we have the right power team to get this happening and get it to market quickly. So we want all the investors to be part of our team, to join us on this journey and to be part of the platform as well. We want to learn from you and hopefully we have something to teach you along the way.